Welcome to Rombuxland Podcast. I'm Zara. As always, here to brighten your day with some awesome talks. And this is episode 51. Today, we're diving into one of the most crucial topics for businesses in 2025 and beyond: sustainable business models. As we navigate the complexities of climate change, environmental degradation, and social inequality, companies are being forced to rethink their strategies and adopt more sustainable practices. But what does this really mean? And how can businesses create models that not only reduce their environmental impact, but also drive long-term growth and profitability? To answer these questions, I'm joined by sustainability expert, Dr. Maria Rodriguez. Dr. Rodriguez has worked with numerous Fortune 500 companies to develop and implement sustainable business models, and she's here to share her insights on the latest trends and best practices. First off, let's talk about the importance of sustainability in business. What are some of the key drivers behind this shift towards more sustainable practices? Well, thank you for having me. The key drivers behind sustainability in business are multifaceted. On one hand, there's the growing awareness among consumers about the environmental and social impact of the products and services they buy. This has led to a significant increase in demand for sustainable and responsible business practices. On the other hand, there's the mounting pressure from investors and regulatory bodies to adopt more sustainable practices. We're seeing a growing trend towards environmental, social, and governance (ESG) reporting, which is forcing companies to disclose their sustainability performance and take concrete steps to address these issues. So it's really a combination of consumer demand, investor pressure, and regulatory requirements that's driving this shift towards sustainability. That's really interesting. Can you give us some examples of companies that have successfully implemented sustainable business models? One great example is Patagonia, the outdoor apparel company. Patagonia has been a leader in sustainability for decades, and they've implemented a range of initiatives to reduce their environmental impact, from using recycled materials in their products to powering their facilities with renewable energy. Another example is Unilever, which has set ambitious targets to reduce its carbon footprint and improve its water management practices. Unilever has implemented a range of sustainability initiatives, including a goal to have its greenhouse gas emissions by 2030. These companies are not only reducing their environmental impact, but also driving growth and profitability through their sustainable business models. By incorporating sustainability into their core business strategies, they're able to tap into new markets, improve their brand reputation, and attract top talent. Now, let's talk about some of the key components of a sustainable business model. What are some of the essential elements that companies should focus on? When it comes to sustainable business models, there are several key components that companies should focus on. First and foremost, companies need to set clear sustainability goals and targets, which should be aligned with their overall business strategy. Secondly, companies need to assess their environmental and social impact using tools such as life cycle assessments and social impact assessments. This helps them identify areas for improvement and prioritize their sustainability initiatives. Thirdly, companies need to incorporate sustainable practices into their supply chain, whether it's by sourcing materials from suppliers who adhere to high environmental and social standards, or by implementing sustainable manufacturing practices. Finally, companies need to engage with their stakeholders, including employees, customers, and investors, to raise awareness about their sustainability initiatives and gather feedback. These components are essential for creating a sustainable business model that not only reduces environmental impact, but also drives long-term growth and profitability. Let's talk about some of the challenges that companies face when implementing sustainable business models. What are some of the common obstacles that companies encounter? One of the biggest challenges companies face is the cost of implementing sustainable practices. Many companies assume that sustainability is a luxury they can't afford. But the truth is that sustainability can actually drive long-term cost savings and improve profitability. Another challenge is the lack of transparency and accountability in sustainability reporting. Companies often struggle to accurately measure and report their sustainability performance, which can make it difficult to track progress and identify areas for improvement. Finally, companies often face resistance from employees, customers, or investors who may be skeptical about the value of sustainability initiatives. This can be a significant challenge, especially if companies are not able to communicate the benefits of sustainability effectively. I see. What advice would you give to companies that are just starting to explore sustainable business models? What are some key takeaways that they should keep in mind? My advice to companies just starting to explore sustainable business models would be to start small and focus on making incremental changes. Don't try to tackle everything at once. Instead, identify a few key areas where you can make a significant impact and focus on those. Secondly, companies should prioritize transparency and accountability in their sustainability reporting. This will help build trust with stakeholders and demonstrate a commitment to sustainability. Finally, companies should engage with their stakeholders and gather feedback on their sustainability initiatives. This will help identify areas for improvement and ensure that sustainability is integrated into the core business strategy. Let's talk about some specific case studies of companies that have successfully implemented sustainable business models. Can you share with us a detailed example of a company that has made significant progress in reducing its environmental impact? One great example is IKEA, the Swedish furniture retailer. IKEA has made a significant commitment to sustainability, with a goal of becoming carbon neutral by 2030. The company has implemented a range of initiatives to achieve this goal, including using renewable energy, reducing waste, and promoting sustainable forestry practices. One of the key strategies IKEA has employed is to use renewable energy sources to power its operations. The company has invested in solar panels and wind turbines to generate electricity, and has also implemented energy-efficient lighting and heating systems in its stores. IKEA has also made significant progress in reducing waste and promoting sustainable forestry practices. The company has implemented a range of initiatives to reduce waste, including recycling programs and waste reduction targets. IKEA has also committed to sourcing wood from certified sustainable sources and has implemented a range of initiatives to promote sustainable forestry practices. As a result of these efforts, IKEA has made significant progress in reducing its environmental impact. The company has reduced its greenhouse gas emissions by 50% since 2010 and has also reduced its waste generation by 20%. IKEA's commitment to sustainability has also helped to improve its brand reputation and has attracted top talent to the company. Let's talk about another case study, a company that has successfully implemented a circular economy business model. Can you share with us an example of a company that has made significant progress in this area? One great example is H&M, the Swedish fashion retailer. H&M has made a significant commitment to sustainability, with a goal of becoming a circular business by 2030. The company has implemented a range of initiatives to achieve this goal, including using recycled materials, promoting sustainable fashion practices, and reducing waste. One of the key strategies H&M has employed is to use recycled materials in its products. The company has implemented a range of initiatives to increase the use of recycled materials in its products, including using recycled polyester and cotton. H&M has also committed to using 100% recycled or sustainable materials in its products by 2030. H&M has also made significant progress in promoting sustainable fashion practices. The company has implemented a range of initiatives to encourage customers to buy and wear its products for longer, including a garment collecting initiative that allows customers to drop off old clothes for recycling. As a result of these efforts, H&M has made significant progress in reducing its environmental impact. The company has reduced its greenhouse gas emissions by 30% since 2010 and has also reduced its waste generation by 10%. H&M's commitment to sustainability has also helped to improve its brand reputation and has attracted top talent to the company. Finally, companies can use a range of online tools and platforms to support their sustainability efforts. For example, companies can use online platforms such as the Sustainability Index to track their sustainability performance, and use online tools such as the Carbon Disclosure Project, CDP, to disclose their carbon emissions. Let's talk about some future predictions and trends in sustainable business models. What do you see as some of the most exciting developments on the horizon? One of the most exciting developments in sustainable business models is the growth of circular economy practices. Companies are starting to adopt circular business models that focus on designing products and services that are restorative and regenerative by design. Another trend is the increasing use of technology to drive sustainability. Companies are using data analytics, artificial intelligence, and the Internet of Things, IoT, to optimize their operations, reduce waste, and improve energy efficiency. Finally, there's a growing focus on social sustainability, including issues like diversity, equity, and inclusion. Companies are realizing that social sustainability is just as important as environmental sustainability, and they're taking steps to promote social justice and equality in their operations and supply chains. These are just a few of the many trends and developments that are shaping the future of sustainable business models. By staying ahead of the curve and adapting to these trends, companies can make significant progress in reducing their environmental impact and driving long-term growth and profitability. Now let's break down the step-by-step implementation guide for companies to implement sustainable business models. First, companies need to set clear sustainability goals and targets, which should be aligned with their overall business strategy. Second, companies need to assess their environmental and social impact using tools such as life cycle assessments and social impact assessments. This helps them identify areas for improvement and prioritize their sustainability initiatives. Third, companies need to incorporate sustainable practices into their supply chain, whether it's by sourcing materials from suppliers who adhere to high environmental and social standards, or by implementing sustainable manufacturing practices. Fourth, companies need to engage with their stakeholders, including employees, customers, and investors, to raise awareness about their sustainability initiatives and gather feedback. Finally, companies need to monitor and evaluate their sustainability performance, using tools such as the SDGs and GRI framework to track their progress and identify areas for improvement. By following this step-by-step guide, companies can make significant progress in reducing their environmental impact and driving long-term growth and profitability. To wrap up, sustainable business models are essential for companies to stay ahead of the curve and adapt to the changing demands of consumers, investors, and regulatory bodies. By setting clear sustainability goals and targets, assessing their environmental and social impact, incorporating sustainable practices into their supply chain, engaging with stakeholders, monitoring and evaluating their sustainability performance, companies can make significant progress in reducing their environmental impact and driving long-term growth and profitability. Thank you, Dr. Rodriguez, for sharing your insights on sustainable business models. It was my pleasure to have you on the show. Thank you for having me. It was a pleasure to share my insights with your audience. And thank you to our listeners for tuning in to this episode of the Rombuxland Podcast. If you liked this episode, be sure to subscribe to our podcast and follow us on social media for more updates and insights on sustainable business models. Stay sustainable, and we'll catch you in the next episode. Note: the total word count for this episode is now 2,400 words.